Nutrition company Herbalife comes from humble beginnings. The company's founder, Mark Hughes, began selling the product from the boot of his car back in 1980. It has since become a multi-billion-dollar company operating direct selling, meaning individuals who buy the products and then sell it to friends and family. And it's that business model that has landed Herbalife in the center of a $1 billion bid. Activist investor Bill Ackman says the company is a pyramid scheme and it's bid $1 billion that it will collapse. Tony Waterman sat down with Herbalife president Des Walsh, and she started by asking him about that Ackman bid.
It is a terrible bet, and I think the performance of the company over the last 15 months has indicated that. So after an orchestrated campaign, now for 15 months, with a reported $20 million spent by Bill Ackman in terms of spreading misinformation, the reality is we've had record quarter after record quarter. In addition, the number of new members coming to Herbalife has been the highest in Herbalife history. And what that indicates is that for most people around the world, what they recognize is that we're a real company providing real products to people and meeting a genuine need in the market.
But you have the FBI, it's launched a criminal investigation. You have attorneys general in New York and in Illinois, they're launching investigations. So clearly there are some groups in the states who think that there's something there worth investigating.
So anytime there is somebody who brings to regulators or others a series of complaints, it's incumbent upon those authorities to investigate. We should point out, by the way, that at this stage we are not aware, have not been contacted by the FBI, so there are suggestions of this, but we have no knowledge of such action. But either way, we welcome all inquiries.
Do you think Herbalife sells a false dream? Because if you look at the video, everybody's driving Ferraris and living in mansions. But in reality, there's a very small fraction of people that make big bucks off of selling Herbalife.
So that's one of the reasons for our gold service guarantees, right? Because what we want is that anybody who comes to Herbalife, we want them to have a totally realistic expectation. When we do our market research, what we find is that less than 4% of people are coming to Herbalife in order to build a full-time income. The overwhelming majority of people who come to Herbalife are first just looking for a wholesale price on the products. For those people who are looking to build an income, predominantly it's a supplemental part-time income. And that is clearly reflected in the statement of gross compensation that people sign.
Revenue was up in the first quarter of the year, beating analysts' expectations. The company decided to terminate the dividend and instead repurchase stock. So what sort of message are you trying to send to shareholders? Because the stock is down over 20% so far this year.
So this was our 18th consecutive quarter of top-line double-digit growth. So literally for the last 5 years, year after year consecutive growth. Our message in relation to our stock repurchase is the same message. It's a message of absolute confidence in the future. We believe that our stock is undervalued today, and this repurchase reflects that.
Asia is a completely different beast than a Western country like the United States. You have great disparity in age, great disparity in wealth when you go from country to country. How do you shift strategy to deal with that type of disparity?
So the key to our global strategy is regionalization. So within each region, we have an autonomous management. We have distributor leaders who are very focused on the needs of their own individual markets. And so that contributes then to a localization in terms of strategy, in terms of our approach.
And that does it for Business on Asia Connect. It's now